Welcome to IoT Trailblazer Podcast. I'm your host Preeti Haldankar. Today we are going to talk about the future in motion, exploring what's next in mobility, transportation and logistics. Joining with us is someone who's played a big role in this journey, Mr. Puneet Aggarwal, Head of Smart Mobility at Jio Platforms. Welcome to the show, Puneet.
Thank you, Preeti. It's always good to be part of the conversation which are driving change. Thank you.
So Puneet, let's get started with our first question. Can you tell us what does smart mobility means today, especially in an evolving country like India?
I think before we come to smart mobility, look, mobility itself has become like a third necessity for us, actually, moving from one place to another place. And that too, it has to be convenient too and reliable as well. That's one of the important aspects. Making it smarter means actually it's primarily going to be connected, it has to be intelligent, and it has to be sustainable as well as we're going forward. It just means that it's not just the traditional fuel-based vehicle which is there, but now it has become much more computers on the wheel, which is whether it is for two-wheeler, four-wheelers or for commercial vehicles as well. So fundamentally it is AI-based connected vehicles, fleets and the experience overall actually. For end consumers, it's primarily a third living space which is there because after their home and work, that's the maximum time they spend. Hence, it has to be smarter enough. It has to be a data-driven mobility ecosystem actually, and that's what the smart mobility is all about.
That's a bold vision, and I strongly believe this shift comes with its own challenges. Can you tell us the hurdles faced by the businesses and the users?
So there are many roadblocks actually, which needs to be ironed out. And these are pure play, not technological in sense. But just to give you an example, India is a country, we have one of the largest road fatalities which are there. The numbers are in the order of somewhere about 100,000 plus which are there. We have a lot to catch up in a logistics performance index actually as a country, which includes improving our operational efficiency whenever we are delivering the goods. Adoption of electric vehicles specifically in Indian ecosystem is happening really fast. And specifically in two-wheeler and three-wheelers which are there, which means subsequently the demand of energy is going to increase as well. But one of the main challenge which happens is that all of these systems are still working in very much siloed today. Hence, it's very disjointed, it's fragmented. And these are some of the major roadblocks which are there, and obviously some of the components which are part of these EV ecosystems are very scarce material, which is specifically from battery perspective. So fundamentally the disjointed and fragmented systems which are there is one of the bigger challenges which I see in roadblocks, which needs to be ironed out actually. And these are not just technological challenges, but also the economic and also the policy level puzzles which cohesively as an ecosystem we would have to solve collaboratively actually. That's what's needed.
These hurdles need to be undone. Could you tell us what are the steps taken by JIoThings to solve these challenges?
Oh, that's very interesting. Look, JIoThings, we don't deploy the technology. I think that's one of the part. We are solving the real world challenges. The basic premise where we work is the convergence of a trinity, and specifically convergence of trinity in the mobility and transportation space. And that trinity is 5G, AI and IoT. That's primarily what it is, what we're doing, which is there. It's completely data-driven mobility ecosystem. It's one single stack for anybody moving from one place to another place. What does it entail? It's a unified platform. It's a future-ready and unified platform which is there. We work primarily with automotive OEMs. There are solutions which are for automotive OEMs where we work right away with them at the time of manufacturing itself. So the integrated systems from telematics, from connectivity, from platform is there ready with the vehicle right away when it goes out actually. So it's a software defined vehicle which is right away available, which can be configured, which can be adapted to the vast varied landscape of India. That's what's been brought out. The second is it's improved the operational efficiency from the fleet perspective. So we have solutions which primarily create fleet, and that's solving the problem from overall operational efficiency, AI-driven monitoring of the drivers to bring more safety aspects to it actually. The solutions have complete journey risk management, bringing in location intelligence, primarily solving the problem from overall safety compliance as well. And it's not just from commercial vehicle, we're doing that for two-wheelers as well, integrating these smart digital clusters which are there, which can even bring the compliances from, whether a driver or a pillion is, wearing a helmet or not. So it is primarily end-to-end technological and ecosystem solution which is there. And full stack, one-stop solution, plug and play, for all the ecosystem player which is there actually, and for country at large as well, not just these players.
That's massive. But what does all of this means for the businesses and users?
Look, end users and businesses, and also I'll include the nation at large. What is it for end users? I mean, for all of us, I mean, just imagine actually, I mean, what do we want out of our journeys actually, right? We want it to be safer. We want it to be convenient and comfortable actually, and we want it to be reliable, right? And whether it's a smaller commute for us going from home to our offices or workplaces, or it is a long haul journey when we are doing intracity or intercity movements actually, right? The end goals of deploying some of these solutions out there giving for end users. For businesses, it is primarily including operational efficiency, which is again cost optimizations actually for them. A unified single view across their whole mobility ecosystem, which is there. And obviously the compliances, whether it is safety or otherwise from government compliances, that also are supported and helped by these so that they're not missed. And nation at large, when we are enabling some of these, EV solutions and some of the other energy ecosystem solutions, that's making country much more sustainable and much more meeting their either UN goals or sustainable development goals actually as a country at large. So it entails for all of them and then eventually for the planet as well. So I think it's users, business, country and planet. That's where it all boils down to actually.
It sounds like JIoThings is building the digital spine of India's mobility ecosystem.
Oh yes, we truly aiming for that. Yes.
Now Puneet, let's move on to a quick rapid fire round. Short answers. Are you ready for it?
Oh, I was not prepared for it, but let's do it.
EV or autonomous vehicles? Which one's going mainstream first?
EVs for sure. I think that's what's happening as of now. But autonomous, it's going to be in captive fleets and commercial vehicles. That's what we see is going to happen as well.
Biggest myth about electrical vehicles?
Oh, they're less performing as compared to ICE vehicle, but that's not true. I mean, EVs, some of the EVs are really outsmarting some of the traditional fuel-based vehicles. So I think that's one of the biggest myths, but I think that's changing now.
One innovation that will redefine mobility in 5 years?
After the basic premises of connected, intelligent, all of these things are taken care of, V2X is something which will just completely change the landscape of mobility. That's what we see.
Public transport or shared mobility, what's more sustainable?
When we say sustainable, it primarily is economic sustainability as well as sustainability from the carbon perspective. I think from carbon perspective, both are really moving fast because of the government's intervention. Shared do make much more sense as of now because it caters to larger population currently. So hence, it's both.
The biggest challenge in smart mobility?
The disjointed and fragmented systems. I think that's everybody working on their silos. I think that has to become as unified. I think that's the biggest challenge I see.
One word for the future of mobility?
Completely integrated. I think connected, ultra connectivity and integration actually, I think, and that's where we come in picture. So I think that's what we look forward to.
Love those answers, Puneet. Can you tell us what role is government playing here?
Government is taking a lot of initiatives, Preeti. I think starting from not only on the safety parts of it, building and taking care of the infrastructure. From sustainability perspective, they are bringing out a lot of policy, which is PME drive, which is supporting the adoption of electric vehicles much faster, but also from the perspective of localization of a lot of these components. We are also coming in picture, which is battery management systems or making these clusters locally as completely integrated end to end. The scrappage policies from vehicle, that's another one. The safety compliances, whether it's AI standards for not only commercial vehicle, but also now for a lot of two-wheelers and three-wheelers, also the things are happening. So government is taking a lot of initiatives actually as we speak.
Now the final question. What does the road ahead looks like for JIoThings smart mobility?
It's ever evolving the road ahead actually. I think in true parallels to the mobility, should I say, are we building a digital highways, digital roads actually, which means that are we connecting the overall ecosystem, whether it is the infrastructure part of it, whether it is actually the vehicle ecosystem and vehicle part of it. So I think we're taking end to end. But just to give you a few examples, is it going to be signals which will control traffic? No, it's going to be AI and data, and that's what we are looking at, how that can be done. Electric vehicle to energy so mobility to energy and to infrastructure. I think the combination of those three things, we connecting all of them actually, right? So it's completely one system, one unified system, and enabling that for everybody, which is there. So it's completely end-to-end, sensing these infrastructures, bringing the data at cohesive place and enabling all the ecosystem players to make that right decisions, again based on our convergence of Trinity actually. And that's what we are primarily looking at, and making this nation and enabling this nation for being more sustainable and more reliable and more safer, specifically from mobility perspective actually. And that's what we look at actually from JIoThings perspective.
That's a powerful vision, Puneet. Before we wrap up, could you recommend a book to our listeners that has shaped your thinking?
That's a tough one. But one which we usually use principles is The Innovator's Dilemma. That was by Mr. Clayton Christensen actually. It primarily says that disruption is not about deploying technology, but is about creating new value ecosystem. And that's the principle we are taking in the mobility as overall solution from JIoThings perspective as well, and that's what we do. So yeah, I would recommend that everybody should read it.
Excellent choice, Puneet, and thank you so much. And a big thank you to the audience for tuning into The Future in Motion. If you found this episode insightful, don't forget to subscribe, share, and do tell us what you think is the next big leap in mobility. Until next time, keep moving forward and do stay connected. Thank you.